Whenever she was that savage, shea butter on her cheeks with ass tatted. She got a smile to hide the pain, learned it from her granny. Mine was going up the road, she ain't know her daddy. She called me daddy, I taught her things other niggas couldn't. She a freak, she did things other bitches wouldn't. Like spin around when she rides, slightly look back. I swear she dope like some cooked crack. I got addicted, I was took bad. I had to put the work in like
I'm a whole city heathen, thank God I'm breathing. Can't leave the hood alone, the hood need me. It's the Mr. Take one of mine, I get even. That Mo Block hot right now for no reason. I'm coming back and you niggas won't act what you niggas put strapping you niggas. I don't want to talk, I don't want pictures, I don't want that from you niggas. I'm in the lap with you niggas, I'm strapped on you niggas, no cap on you niggas. I'm in the trap with the pack on you niggas, remember rap on you niggas.
If you don't like me, fuck the cops, call the ops on me. My Muslim homie in the trap with the chop on him. My brother flipping once he see blood, he act a fool. I'm a Ruba by my blues, I'ma make the news. Fuck the niggas got a bunch of bitches, say my name is Brady, I'm just fucking with you. I'm a hot nigga with a big dick and your bitch say she like hot pickles. Send your man to the hospital, had a nigga ass eating popsicles. I've been thugging since the bicycles, how I upgraded from a
My family, my children, my mother can hold her head up in any neighborhood in this city when she walks down the block. In all the 5 boroughs, I'm known. Forget about it.
I just wanted me a jump shot till I wanted me a dumb knot. Cut the ball of salt in the awesome fall. It was the last paycheck that McDonald's tossed me. I'ma run it up. Sting ain't even stopped yet. I'm running up. Dots throwing shots cause I'm coming up. 42nd 100 block where it's going up. Go ahead with your plot if you coming up. Sting rental for a gram, I'll be rolling. Told my big, I'll be back in the morning. 2 days ago, I still got plays to go. Hope his ass ain't reported it stolen.
Yeah. Only thing in my vision and my dreams, money, music, motivation, success. Let's go. Every day I wake up seeing money and its fame. Only blood, sweat, and tears when I'm spitting on this pain. Niggas shitted on my name saying corny music trash. But that talk motivated me to keep me in my bag. It's the gutter park fam. Niggas know I represent. Full payment on a house. I'm no longer paying rent. Have to climb a bunch of mountains just to get me on this level. Always bury competition. Please somebody get the shovel. On a mic, I'm a peaceful.
Yeah, get your balls up media, man. I appreciate y'all having me, man. Salute, salute, salute.
Tell these niggas.
The opinions expressed on this show does not reflect the ones of the Get Your Bars Up media platform. Therefore, stay at your moist ass feelings and get your bars up, you bitch. In the words of Capology Facts, Holy Cell TV, that is.
I ain't playing with none of you niggas. That's a Capology flag, little bitch. Let me talk my shit. Get out your moist ass feelings while I talk my shit, girl.
We are back up in this thing. Just watching that shit gives me energy every time I start an episode. But anyways, what up, world? It's your boy BA for Real 100, and welcome to Get Your Bars Up Media. Salute, salute, salute. So today we got us a special one. We got us a special one today. Talk Yo Ish, episode 43. So we've been doing this for a minute, bringing content, showing love, introducing everything, putting everything together. But before we get to that, I got my brethren in the place with me today. Harlem Fresh, what's goody?
Yo, put your motherfucking frontos up. We Outside Network. Hold this motherfucking L. Get your bars up. Yo, another Talk Your Ish episode with the homie KG. Fire. I'm here in attendance, nigga. Let's get it.
Facts. Appreciate that. We are outside. We Outside Network, literally and figuratively, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, Capology Facts. What's goody?
Yo, it's your boy Capital Don, aka Capology Facts. This is Hold This L motherfucking Media. Salute to Get Your Bars Up. Salute to Harlem Fresh. If you ain't outside, get your bars up. You definitely got to hold this L, nickel.
I thought we had a Harlem hospital giving beds out moment just a minute ago.
Yeah, that's a fact. I was just like loaded Lux right now, just stumbling
Harlem
all over shit.
No Harlem slander. There's no Harlem slander today.
Hey! All I gotta say, I got 2 words for you. Geechee got it, but we gonna keep it pushing. Anyways, with that being said, West up. Matter of fact, that's what I would say. West up. But with that being said, very excited to get this gentleman on that's behind the scenes right now. Goes by the name of KG. Has been putting on for the West for quite some time. Went from battle rapping to okay, I'm gonna be behind the scenes and let's get this money. And no, and not only is he just involved with battle rap, you feel me? He's on this whole economical, mental level of let's get money, this longevity, let's generational wealth. Talk. There's levels to this. But without further ado, I got my guy KG. What's goody, bro?
What's good, man?
Hey man, I'm happy to have you on, man. Welcome back to the motherfucking platform. I see what you're doing, though. I see what you're doing. I see how you handling the West. I like what I'm seeing, though.
Yeah. I mean, I made a promise once COVID hit. There was some certain areas that I said I had to go. I told y'all Washington first, and we hit Washington first. I said the Bay after that. The Bay it is. So that's where we at with it.
Facts. I want to so getting right into it, bro. Well, before I even get into that, I want to salute to you because I know that you have a YouTube page, and I see you on Facebook giving a lot of game on generational wealth, how to build your wealth long term. Before we even get into this battle rap stuff, which I know we here for that too as well, talk to the people and tell us a little bit more about that.
I mean, shit, man, ain't really nothing to it. It's just relaying the information I get, you know. I've been in investing for a while now. I just ain't really speak too much on it. But once COVID hit, it really just landed an opportunity for motherfuckers to kind of get on top of some bread that they may not be familiar with. So I felt like that was a good time for me to start getting into it. So it really started off with me just shooting out tips for like 5-6 months. Like, here, stock tip of the day. Check this out. It's supposed to double up in the next 6 months. You know, people hear double up, you know what I'm saying? That translate. You know, you can't tell somebody it's gonna go up 25% in a quarter type shit. That even though that could be better, depending on what you're investing into, they hear double up, that resonates. So, you know,
that's a fact.
You know, I got enough exposure from it to where I did the YouTube page and I got the Patreon page, and we kind of just moving from there, man. Just, you know, doing my part. That's all.
Hey man, it's a lot of people that need that. How would the people be able to find you to talk to you on that type of time?
Shit is Fetty Talk on steroids through Patreon. The link is in all my bios. So whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, you go to the link tree. First thing that pop up is the Patreon page. Tap in, man. I ain't really doing it for bread, but one thing I realize is people don't hold value to nothing unless they pay for it or work for it. You know, you give somebody something, they ain't gonna hold the same value to it. So I was noticing when I was doing my YouTube shit 4 or 5 times a week, niggas was hearing it, but they wasn't really appreciating it. So now I decided to just build this community where I can actually accommodate the people who's serious about it. And, you know, it ain't for everybody, man, but it's for the people who it's for. So for those people, that's what I'm here for, you heard?
Facts. Fire. With that being,
yeah,
I want to ask you something. You might have spoke on this before, right? But I didn't hear it. So I know you started off doing the battle rap, being a battle rapper, and I think your last battle was like 2017.
16.
2016. Okay, cool. I wanted to know what was the mindset of you transitioning from a battle rapper to doing what you're doing now, as far as running the URL West, and doing the traffic cards and things like that?
So I originally didn't want no parts of this shit. Like originally Norbs had hollered at Danny Myers to help run the West, but Danny was still on his come up. You know what I'm saying? Like I was basically I was past Danny at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like I was already I had bigger names. I was already on a higher level than him. So you know, for Danny, I just thought it was unfair for him to try to hold this weight because it's a weight, you know. The West being able to maintain this whole region, we talking like multiple states, like it's weight, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't think it was fair to him, and I was already business minded because I was like doing my shirts and shit at the time, flipping the Taste clothing and shit like that. So, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, Norbs and Beasley, and they had seen that in me from that, you know, just based on how I was negotiating other people's contracts that was in my own class. You know, I wasn't letting nobody get fucked. Actually, the first UFF that niggas got paid for was our shit. And that was mainly because I was pushing for it. You know what I'm saying? Like the season 1 for UFF did not get paid. Nobody got paid. You know, we got paid every episode, and that was mainly based on me pushing for that. You know what I'm saying? So they seen how I was with that. Plus, they knew the pulse I had on the West Coast. So it just kind of made sense. And like I said, I originally didn't even want it, mainly because we had already had a presence on the West with the King of the Dot West back when Aspect One and Lush was running it. Because that's really where I come from. I really come from that cloth, you know what I'm saying? Where back when me, Nitty, Danny, Daylight, we was really running the West through King of the Dot at that time. And even though I had chose to go to URL as a rapper, I told myself like there ain't no real reason for me to do nothing with King of the Dot. I mean, with King of the Dot already doing what they doing. But once they had kind of let go of Aspect and Lush kind of went on his little mission that he temporarily goes on every 3-4 years, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a void in the West. And not so much a void for the backpack niggas because they could still hop on some of these smaller cards and shit. It was a void in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a void for the real ones. You know what I'm saying? These gang banging niggas, the Geechee Gottis, the Nitties. You know what I'm saying? Like them type of niggas. Like there was no platform for them to be able to get their shit off. So you know when they had brought it to me after, you know, them niggas fell off, I had just decided, you know what, like. There's people better than me on this side of the country. You know what I'm saying? Like not a lot, even to this day, not a lot. But there's niggas that are better than me, like Nitty. Like I was telling niggas Nitty was better than me before Nitty was bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? So I just always had that selflessness about me because I'm gonna get money regardless. I don't need battle rap to get no fucking money. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it made sense that my purpose was more about putting other motherfuckers on because I'm gonna be on regardless. And that's just kind of how I move in life. So it was actually an easy transition once I knew that there was a void that needed to be filled.
Fire.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So how do you feel about the West getting? Because I was always like I grew up on. I'm in the Midwest. I'm in Missouri. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I always grew up watching West Coast. You, Dre Dennis, Dre Vicious. You know what I mean? All those type of cats. And I like this. I like the street feel, you
Yeah.
know, the gangster shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That high intense, because when niggas are in the street, doing their thing, it can get intense on that stage. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
For sure.
So I knew, like, there was a lot of them, and I just wanted like the West to get their shine also, and it took a minute for the West to even get that look. And
Yeah.
it was good that URL finally went ahead and put someone like you in charge of the West to try to get some of these battlers out there and get some exposure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you like everything that's playing out right now? Because to be honest, the West is running battle rap right now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, it ain't no right now. It ain't no right now. We've been running this shit since about 2019. If we want to keep it real,
No, that's what I'm
really,
saying. Like yeah, for a couple of years now. So
yeah, it's been a couple years. I mean, shit, man, it's just pride, man. I'm proud of motherfuckers. Like, see, a lot of people, like, a lot of times when you see somebody who kind of grow bigger than you want to kind of like attach yourself to that person at all times, so people really for validation. I mean, at the end of the day, that, you know, league owners don't get no real validation. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times when you have somebody who blow like Nitty or, you know, or Gotti, you kind of want to stay attached to them because you want people to know that you did that work. But for me, once these guys get to a certain point, you know, I've really just learned to just appreciate them motherfuckers and really just advise when it's needed and really just let other business be handled with other motherfuckers and me just focus on the up and coming guys. So for me, man, it's just constant gratification. You know, the gratification I had, you know, for Nitty and Gotti, that was around like 2018. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't even talk to them niggas about battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll just hit them up and be like, hey man, I'm just letting you know I'm proud of you. But really for me, the pride comes from seeing it constantly moving. You know what I'm saying? Seeing the Jay the Nightwings, the Emerson Kennedys, the, you know, the real name Brandons, the Nexus, you know what I'm saying? Some of these other guys start to, you know, peek their head through that door as well. To me, that's more important because these niggas can't battle forever. Like Nitty and Gotti, they running out of niggas to battle. You know what I'm saying? Like you can only battle so many niggas, you know what I'm saying? So eventually they're gonna have to pass that torch. And the last thing we want to do is be holding our nuts once these niggas gone, because you know what I'm saying, like if somebody else like a real name or some of these other guys don't take that fire, then it's gonna go to the DMV or back to New York or in the South, you know what I'm saying? Like the reign will be over, you know what I'm saying? And it will be hard to retain that shit, you know what I'm saying? So you see how New York feeling, you know what I'm saying? Like New York mad they ain't getting what they used to get, you know what I'm saying? Like shout out to Cuzzo and all that, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like it is what it is. Like y'all missed that. New York missed that feel. So we just got to retain it, man. So as much as I appreciate it and as much pride as I got into it, I just do everything I can to not mentor, because these niggas ain't my kids or nothing, but really just give the game necessary to make sure that niggas make the correct business moves in this shit. You know what I'm saying? And from this perspective, that's all I can really do, man, because I'm not just limited to the West no more. Like I run the Crucible, you know what I'm saying? I book events outside of, you know, West events. Y'all just don't know about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I book URL events that niggas just don't know I have no parts in. So I'm involved with URL as a whole. So for me, running West only events, them bitches don't really exist no more. You know what I'm saying? Like West only events ain't really about to happen no more because we finally built ourselves up to where it don't gotta be URL West. Like it's just URL and we just run that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, I'm just constantly on the grind of just trying to help people grow. So, you know, I'm proud of what we've done, but I haven't really had a chance to really appreciate it simply because the mission ain't really over. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we just keeping it pushing and just hopefully this next round of niggas that's coming up soak that game up and keep it moving.
Now, KG, I want to ask you, fam, because you know about basically every card that's put together on URL, yes or no?
Yes.
All right. So can I ask you about that card that was supposed to pop off with the battles where niggas is gonna have to sit down with like Gwitty, Ace Amin and them? Can you please give me some on that? Because I was on live earlier and I had Prezi on the live and he was supposed to go against Big Cannon. So and he was like, it just never went down. And I'm like, yo, well, damn, it was promo, all kinds of shit popping off, and I wanted to see niggas battle actually. So can you please explain why that card did not happen, sir?
It was a couple reasons. First off, we was originally supposed to do a Philly event. A lot of it has to do with the business of it, which I'm not too intertwined with the investors in Philly, but there's some investors in Philly that really invested into a card like that happening. And I guess there was an issue in terms of like pay-per-view happening, which obviously URL don't do anymore. So they were still trying to figure out how they were gonna make the most of this card because I mean, if we being honest, that card wasn't gonna make nobody no money. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody. Some of them battles people wasn't really checking to see. Like to be just if we keeping it real, a lot of it was if we just being frank, a lot of it had to do with P trying to accommodate the niggas who've been trying to drag him over the last couple months. You know what I'm saying? Like the Spanish Harlems, the Gwitties, you know what I'm saying? These guys who say that they don't never get looks or opportunities, which they've already had at least a PG, if not multiple PGs, to prove themselves. But I guess that's neither here nor there. But, you know, I guess they felt the need to come for P over the last couple of months, mainly because P chose to want to go out there and be the forefront. I mean, and I told him, hey man, it's your turn, you know, but you know, enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? So it was his turn. But at the end of the day, man, you know, I think that P was trying to appease these niggas. And I think that once the budget came down to what the shit was going to cost, it really just didn't make sense. Like bottom line, you know what I'm saying? Like it was going to be a complete loss. There was no financial win in booking these niggas. Like niggas wasn't asking for it. It was really just P trying to be like, oh, well, I ain't doing this. Well, check this out, which that's honorable on his end. But once the higher ups really got wind of what it was going to cost, it just didn't make sense.
Okay, no doubt.
Yeah,
That's right there.
Yeah,
it's gotta make sense, man.
I agree with you 100% because when this card first came out and they were talking about it months ago, and they were saying the names, I was like, which battles are really going to be big draws? And out of all the battles, it might have been one or possibly two that I would be myself and fans like myself would be like, I'll watch that battle, but how would you pay for it? Is it cool enough to be on caffeine? And that's when it gets into the logistics.
And
I really didn't want to watch none of the battles anyway. So.
Exactly, and then for the app, man, so you gotta get the people what they want for the app. You know what I'm saying? Like we do app events where they invest money into cards like Traffic to where you can get that kind of quality. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not providing them consistent battles, niggas is complaining on the app. Like even when we was dropping them Crucible battles, they was killing them battles at first, you know what I'm saying? Because they like, bitch, this ain't what I paid for, you know what I'm saying? So we actually have a new method on how we about to release Crucibles for season 2, which we'll let that simmer like until we actually do the announcement. But, you know, we want to keep the app premium, you know what I'm saying? We want to keep it for motherfuckers paying for it. So, you know, motherfuckers don't want to pay to see Gwitty. And I fuck with Gwitty. I booked Gwitty for a PG personally. So I ain't got no problem with Gwitty, but I'm just being honest. Like,
yeah.
Niggas don't want to pay to see him. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. Like shout out to Gwitty, and I'm sure I'm gonna catch some shit for it. But you know, it is what it is.
For sure.
It would have been a decent.
And hold on. And it's not just a Gwitty thing. I need to stop saying his name because I know he really gonna personalize that. Nobody wanted to see any of them niggas on that card for the most part, respectively.
All right.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's a fact. Fresh, you were about to say something.
Oh no, I was going to say. I did kind of want to see the Benji Lolo and Jack Boy Maine shit. That shit there,
I do too.
But if it didn't make sense as far as business wise, and y'all wasn't going to be able to recoup the money back that y'all was going to have to shell out, then from a whole business aspect, I understand that being a businessman myself. Like, come on, it got to make sense financially for us to even put it out there like that. So I guess the promotion and everything for it, I guess it was just thrown out there too soon before the financial part got taken care of first.
Yeah. On a lighter note, because you caught me off guard with that question, Fresh.
It's cool.
People be wanting to know you.
But it's real. No,
it's all
great
good.
question.
I ain't tripping.
Great question. But
you
I
asked it respectfully.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
He did. But I wanted to take it back to the beginning for yourself. Getting into battle rap, man. Like what motivated you to get into the sport and start and decide to be a part of it?
Shit, man. I'm still trying to figure that part out. Shit, I never to keep it real, I'm not even a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like if we keeping it real, like I'm just a hustler, bro. I've always been in the streets and my niggas was always the rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like I know there's a perception about me, but you know, if you know me, you know me. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So like I was one of the ones in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like my niggas was the ones rapping. I always could rap, but I never seen no value in it. You know what I'm saying? Like I never was willing to go what they was willing to do because I could always run up a bag. You know what I'm saying? So for me, what made me get into it, I was always a fan of it. You know, everybody watched Smack in the Hood, you know what I'm saying? And then what really got me hooked to battle rap was actually Grind Time Battle of the Bay 5. I remember that shit, like when Arsenal and Conceited battled each other, that card, the shit in Oakland, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was like, for me, that was like, damn, like, and I'm seeing, and these are the best niggas. So for me, I'm looking at these niggas like, these niggas is nice, but to be real, I don't believe none of them. And I'm better than them niggas. So, you know, if there's ever an opportunity where somebody actually come to Arizona, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Lush had announced that they was extending Grind Time out in Arizona. So once they did that, you know, I tapped in with my man Keith, who was actually running the Grind Time Arizona. Shout out to my man Keith. And they actually, I don't know why they did it, but they made me the headliner of this shit. You know what I'm saying? They put me against the best dude from Arizona at the time, which is a white boy named Jay Frost. Shout out to Jay Frost. And I smoked him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and from there, the next battle was QP. You know what I'm saying? Quantum. You know what I'm saying? In Cali. You know what I'm saying? Smoked him. And the footage got cut in half, so you can only see half the footage, but the people who was there know I smoked them. And from there, man, I had a battle in DC, which was the last Grind Time event ever. It was a DC event where, you know, that's where I met I met Poison Pen, I had met Moneybags, I had met Hollow, I met Lex Luthor, and I showed out there too. And this was my third battle, you know what I'm saying? And me and Hollow, I don't want to really talk too much about this nigga, but you know, I gotta be honest, even though I don't fuck with the nigga now, he you know, me and him built a friendship at that time, and you know, a couple things happened in the streets, and you know, I did what I was supposed to do like a real nigga, and that led to me doing other things in terms of URL, and you know, that's kind of essentially how I got into URL. So you know, shout out to Hollow for that. Fuck him for the shit that he know I should say fuck him about, but past that, shout out to him for that. But that's kind of where the come up started from, you know what I'm saying? And once my name kind of got buzzing, King of the Dot reached out. I built my name up on King of the Dot while I had that relationship with, you know, Hollow and some of the East Coast guys. I was building my name up on my own through King of the Dot, battling the Best West guys. After my third battle with King of the Dot, I had Daylight, you know, and basically the rest was history. So, you know, that's kind of what it was, man. But I never really expected to be in battle rap because, you know, people actually spend their life being rappers. You know what I'm saying? People spend their life to get to the point to get where I essentially got, and I never gave a fuck about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just a hustling ass nigga who good at rapping.
Facts.
Basically, you never really took it that serious. You just took the money part serious.
Well, there wasn't no money in it to begin with. I was just good at what I did, so I actually enjoyed battling to start. You know what I'm saying? But there wasn't no money in battling at 2010, 2011, because this is when I first came in the game. There wasn't no money in it then. At that time, you'd be happy if you got your travel coverage. You know what I'm saying? So it took about a year and a half for me to start getting money. But once I started getting it, then it was over. But I never gave a fuck about it because I never believed none of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? And that's fun. And the funny thing is that half these niggas say that about me is when I rap, I don't sound believable. But if you ever been around me, then you know what it is. Like I said, so for me, when I would go to these events, I would look at some of these guys, and there's some real ones. I ain't gonna say there ain't no real ones, but one of the reasons I ain't take it serious is because the niggas who portrayed the tough to be some of the toughest was the niggas that was the biggest pussies to me. So for me, it was just like, man, I don't take none of you niggas serious. So I can just have fun with this shit. You're not about to touch me. You're not about to violate me. So we good with that. So we just enjoy ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was until we got to that Daylight battle. Then it became business.
See, I like KG because I don't believe a lot of these niggas either. Straight up.
It is what it is, man. It's some real niggas in this shit. I'm not gonna say that there ain't, but you know, that's where I came from with it. So I'm not about to say no names. It's some real niggas that you wouldn't expect to be real too. So, you know, it worked both ways. I'm not gonna say this a game full of fake niggas, but a few of them that trickle their way in it. The majority of these niggas are fake.
60-40 KG, 60-40 or
80-20, 80-20, maybe 90-10, maybe 90-10.
Just a fact.
Because that's how I look at it too.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy that you say that because well, not crazy, but it's interesting that you say that because my guy Capo says this all the time. You think that was fire? I don't believe that, nigga. Nigga can say the dopest metaphor you've ever heard in your life, and Capo be like, nah, that nigga ain't real.
It worked both ways though, man. It really do work both ways because a real nigga ain't about to be sitting there talking about how real of a nigga he is all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It's been said about me. That was the knock against me my whole career. You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga don't sound believable. And a lot of it has to do with my business dealings that are outside of battle rap. You know, I do big business deals with white people. So I've just learned to talk both ways and I'm not switching up who the fuck I am. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to change my tone. Like, how I talk is how I talk. Like, how I move is how I move. And I don't switch it just because I'm on a stage. You know what I'm saying? So when niggas hear my tone, they naturally think that I don't know what niggas think, but I just know ain't nobody about to bring it to me. So, and it's never been that. And if it ever was that, I was welcome to all fades. Actually, that was one of the reasons why I stopped battling, because I found myself looking for people who was talking shitty on the internet when I was going to events. So I had to catch myself like, man, you know what, this shit, you know, I need to walk away from this shit before I fuck around and catch a case. So, I ain't got no, I don't got no problems with the niggas who fake the funk either, because this shit is entertainment now. It's wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to entertain people. You know what I'm saying? It's just a real fine line, man. You just got to know not to cross that line. And that's one thing I take pride in in terms of our West events, is that we all have a common understanding that there's certain lines that you're just not about to cross. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to like my West events, like not the caffeine events. I'm talking about the events that I do. You'll fuck around and see some Grape Street Crips, some Nutty Block Crips, some Pyrus. You know, you'll see some essays, some 18th Street niggas in the building. Like, you'll see some gangs that normally, if we wasn't in the building, it would be some real shit. And there's just that common understanding as long as nobody crosses that line. And that's one of the benefits of being on the West Coast, is that you can rap all you want, but there's always that respect factor that everybody knows better to cross. And I feel like some regions don't have that. And I feel like it's a blessing to be on this side, to be able to be around niggas who live by that code, because I share the same thought process.
It's funny that you mentioned that, because when you say that, I start thinking about the battle between Coffee and Miami, and she dropped the flag and shit. Like, yeah, I mean, like, that's crossing the line. That's crossing the line. Like, when you in people territory and you taking the flag out and you dropping it, like, chill. Like, we know you there to rap and put on a performance, but it's certain things to where you just need to just chill.
Can you do me a favor? Can you? This is I want you to put a plug in for these other battlers that are not from the West. Okay. When they battle these West Coast niggas that be banging, and just like the Coffee and the Miss Miami, please let them know this shit is not for play. Because they think they can like do the game banging shit and it's supposed to be cool, and it's really not. Because I've been saying it for years. These niggas don't listen. So
yeah, I mean, to be real, bro. I mean, the Coffee in Miami situation, that was in an enclosed area. I think she was pretty well aware of the fact that she was in an enclosed area, so she felt the need to get that off. We all grown, so we should all know this by now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to me, the only people who try to cross that line is the people who I'm talking about. Because if you know what you know, then you know what you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you know it, then you know not to cross that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's understood don't need to be explained. So at this age, I don't feel like it's necessary to tell some 30-plus-year-old nigga, like, if you're talking about something that somebody was raised in, that ain't something you should do. Like, I'm not gonna talk about nobody. Like, you ain't never seen me talk about nobody mama, nobody family, you know what I'm saying? I don't do that shit. And for us, on this side of the country, man, that's how people hold gangs in that same regard. You know what I'm saying? So like it just, it is what it is. People do what they can get away with. I can't really think of too many times where people have actually gone to an actual West Coast event and did that shit. I know there was a time where O-Red said some slick shit to Gotti, like some crab tarts, but that was like, once again, a volume enclosed area. I think it's common knowledge, man. When you step into a West Coast event, you are well aware when you walking through the crowd of who's in that bitch. So, you not about to have to deal with it. Ain't happened yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, they may do it on these smaller cars, but not in Cali. You know what I'm saying? And even not in AZ. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not about to float. So, I don't want to explain it to nobody. Like, if you feel like if they need to have it explained to them, then they gonna have it explained to them at a time that is probably not best convenient for them. And if that's the way to learn, then at least you didn't have to pay for that knowledge, because some knowledge costs.
Yeah, I'm just be trying to save these niggas, man. But they, you know how
Can't
niggas
save them, bro.
Just a
Can't-
fact. So I'm gonna stop
yeah.
saving y'all niggas.
Yeah, don't even worry about it.
I just be knowing when you from the streets and shit, you gotta know the rules of other areas and shit and respect they shit. Like, just like you would want somebody to respect your shit. If an out of town to come to your hood, hold on, my nigga, you gotta watch what you. Nah, hold on, it don't rock like that over here. So you just gotta have that same understanding when you go other places. But when niggas battling, they feel like everything is off limits, and I know that's pretty much how niggas be feeling. But nah, it's certain things that you just should know better than if you really.
Yeah, you explain that shit to kids, man. Ain't nobody in battle rap a kid. There's about 3 niggas that battle that's under the age of 21 type shit. The rest of these niggas is in their 30s. But we not about to be doing that. We not about to act like these niggas don't understand. Because even if you in this culture, that means you done watched enough of it to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So I'm not, we only got so much energy and breath in this world. Like, the last thing I'm about to do is, waste my breath and energy to try to explain something to a grown ass man who probably already had it told to him before. Like, we not about to do that, man. Just God bless whoever chooses to go that route. It's just not a beneficial route. Like, you can rap. It's okay to just be a fucking rapper. That's the problem with niggas if we keeping it real. Everybody want to be a fucking tough guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't got to be a tough guy. You can just be a good ass rapper. You know what I'm saying? That's why I fuck with Emerson so much, because he don't got to be a tough guy. He can just be a fucking rapper. Same shit with B-Dot. Like, B-Dot could talk his blood shit all he want to, but he really focused more on enlightening niggas. You know what I'm saying? And if you a gangster, be a gangster. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? But if you not, just cut that shit out. And if you is a gangster and you choose to talk to that way, then as a gangster that come with repercussions. So, like I said, prayers to whoever chooses to go that route.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Pretty cool.
So, on a lighter note, so we just recently had Geechee Gotti versus Harlem's own Loaded Lux.
Body bag.
And the consensus.
See.
Let me finish. Can I finish? Can I finish real quick? All right.
Him and his entourage.
So the consensus, as well as myself, I think Geechee won. I think he won it pretty clearly to me. With that being said, what do you think? Like, what do you think that win did for the West as far as the impact?
I mean, really, I think all it did was just notify the industry that the West runs battle rap. Because the industry still reveres Lux and Mook and T-Rex as the guys that are still the forefront of battle rap, because them niggas is just kind of mildly tapped in. You know what I'm saying? All I think that, like, even not just with Gotti, but also with Nitty, the way he dragged Rex. You know what I'm saying? And just Mook, the weirdo shit he been on as of late. I just feel like, this event really just showcased to the industry that we number one. But I do want to shout out Gotti. Hold on a second. I do want to shout out Gotti because he's actually getting married this weekend. So shout out to my nigga Gotti, man. Blessings to my man.
Congratulations, my nigga.
Yeah, no doubt. He deserved that shit. So, but yeah, man, at the end of the day, man, I don't think it did nothing for the culture, because we already knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, the niggas are like, there was no way Lux about to walk in LA and beat Gotti. As soon as I heard that they was selling tickets, like the second that they said tickets is for sale, I'm like, oh, Lux might as well pack this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody about to be moved by that shit, man. We already got beat out. We don't need Lux. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how the West feel. We don't give a fuck about Lux. You know what I'm saying? And I fuck with Lux. I'm actually a fan. But I'm just talking about, it was just a bad matchup, man. Like, you can't, Gotti focused is damn near unbeatable. The only person that can be on that level that's focused is straight up Nitty. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, you know what I'm saying? So I it was a setup for Lux, man. He walked into a bear trap.
Yeah. I mean, I'll admit it, Doug. I mean, I don't never bet against Harlem, but niggas will tell you when niggas lose, I say they lose. And I felt like Gotti beat Lux 2-0, if not 30. It's just that Gotti was in his element. He was in his bag. And if you had to pass the torch to a nigga, he rightfully deserves that shit. I remember when God used to look down at the floor and battle rap and shit, and you just seen that nigga progress every battle, just progress to where he just jump in the battle and start freestyling, then walk the fuck off, and it ain't even his battle, but he just shake the room right quick. So to see Gotti transition from what he was to what he is right now, that shit is incredible, and I respect that nigga for that shit, for real, for real.
Facts. Shout out to the GOAT.
Let me ask you this one last question. Is there any battles that you still get excited for? Because we, at the end of the day, we're still all fans. You know what I mean? So is there any battles that still excite you, or is there any battles that you would like to see, for somebody to put that shit together?
Shit, I'm looking forward to this Tink versus Fonz on Traffic, personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, them two big ass niggas about to set that stage on fire, personally. Like, that to me, it be them type of battles. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just told y'all, I don't really care about who Gotti battle anymore. Like, when Gotti catches a battle, or when Nitty catches a battle, I never call them and say good luck on the battle. Like, I only say congratulations on the bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care who them niggas battle anymore. It just doesn't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't care. They don't give a fuck either. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just get the bag and I'm a rap. You know what I'm saying? I like seeing the hungry niggas still. Like, to me, the hunger is still where it's at. So I want to see Jay progress. I want to see Fonz progress. I love watching Easy the Block Captain because he let that pain flow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still a big Chess fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, the niggas who still starving, even if they ain't even starving like that, the niggas who still show hunger, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't a specific matchup. There's just certain battles. Like, when Chess and Easy was set up, I knew that was gonna be fire. You know what I'm saying? But shit like that, man. I'm more fans of people rather than battles. You know what I'm saying? So, you could set up a perfect battle and it could come out ass. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you could. To me, at this point, you could set yourself up for failure. So, when I book my battles personally, I really book based on who I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like, based on who I want to see more of personally. So, that's kind of how we got this Traffic card, kind of.
I was about to ask you about that. Like, what made you put the matches together, and can we speak on some of those matches right quick?
Yeah, how did I get the matches together? So, shit, man, it was kind of hard, to be honest with you, because, we had the Volume 8 card, and then we had the Drake card. Gotti was originally supposed to be on Traffic, but he is battling A-Ward the week after. There was a lot of people who was going to be on the card, but they was doing the Riot card. And, obviously the Riot is family. Last thing I wanted to do is have somebody book back-to-back that's on this side. Fonz is doing the back-to-back shit, but Fonz ain't from this side. So even though I'm a fan of Fonz, my best interest is still for the West. So for the West guys, I just figured, max out your shit with the Riot, and then you just get on the next joint. So some of the guys that I wanted to have on there just didn't work out, whether it was Gotti, Real Name. Next was a personal choice of mine. I don't want that to go on anybody else. That was my personal choice to not have him on that card, but there was reasons behind it. So there were people who were going to be on this card that I had to do last minute switches for. So that's why some of the people who did the Volume 8 is actually on this card as well. So this end of the year, man, these niggas is all taking these battles for Christmas, getting this Christmas bread real quick. Yeah. So it was kind of hard to get some of these guys, man. But you know, we're gonna be doing a few events every year now that COVID is over. So we'll get them back.
Dope.
So speaking specifically from the West, who are some of the up and coming talent or future stars that you see potential in actually being a household name?
Real name Brandon. Next is super young, so he's still got a lot of work, a lot of sharpening up to do. But as long as he keep progressing, he gonna be there. If Dev stop taking these battles that don't mean nothing, then he will be. You know what I'm saying? Jay, obviously. Grizz. As long as he keep progressing. A lot of these names, man, it's a big if. You know what I'm saying? See, and this is something that I'm honest with these niggas about. You know what I'm saying? That's why some of them kind of, but I'm honest with them. It's all about an if. You know what I'm saying? Like, Gotti could have just stayed as good as he was in 2018 and been good with just that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have, and he won champion. I believe he won champion of the year in 2018. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of maybe it was 2019. But
back to back. I believe it was back to back.
Yeah, it was back to back. So he could have just stayed as good as he was in 2018 because he was already in rotation. But he chose to improve. Like, Nitty could have just been a straight puncher where he just doing fast punches, but he chose to improve. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Miguel, Dot Everything. I love Dot Everything. That's my man. But once again, that's another if. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys got star power to them, but it's just about that if. And a lot of that if is just about looking in the mirror. So there's guys I got a lot of hope for, but it's really up to them. Because at this point, if Gotti and Nitty was to leave right now, nobody Danny too, because I gotta mention Danny. He's a legend, obviously, as well. But besides those three, if we took them niggas away and took Beat Out away, the West would be in trouble. Because, we would be in trouble, you know what I'm saying? And not to say that we don't got some tremendous talent, but we don't got the talent to where I would feel comfortable about sending them all in the pits of hell in like the DMV or New York City and think that they would come out all unscathed. Like, I don't believe that just yet. And fortunately enough for us, we got those guys that are running the show to where they can soak up game and continue to improve. They're doing great. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're doing absolutely great. But we just got to keep progressing. Mr. Biscuit, I see you as well. We know you're smoking shit, Biscuit. Everything in what's next here. Okay, Biscuit as well. He's another one. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of promising talent. You know what I'm saying? A lot of promising talent, but everybody just got to look in the mirror and be honest about what they need to improve on to get to that next step, because URL is just one step. Once you get in URL and you get that contract, you realize how many other artists are actually signed to URL. It's a lot of motherfuckers that's with URL. A lot. You know what I'm saying? So you got to stand out. And being a rapper just ain't good enough. You got to have a little more.
So that's what I'm saying. With all them people being signed, my bad, BA. I didn't mean to cut your way.
Nah, you're good. You're good, bro.
When he said that, it's like it's a lot of people signed to the URL. It's like, how long are they waiting to get their chance to shine? Like, when are we? Because the shit ain't on YouTube. It ain't like we got all these people that we never hear of, but they signed the URL, but we can't watch them on YouTube. When are they gonna get their shine on the app? Are they gonna make a traffic? Are they gonna be on caffeine? Like, now, I mean, when do they get their exposure, their publicity?
That's a person by person basis. That's a pretty broad question, and you kind of got to focus on each individual artist to get a specific answer, because some niggas don't deserve a look right now. If we keeping it real, you know what I'm saying? Like, not that just because you sign, see that, and that's another problem with niggas. A lot of niggas think, all right, I signed this contract, let me just kick my feet up until the perfect opportunity comes, and it don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, what people get it fucked up is just because you do your URL, that don't mean you just wait for URL to call you. You're supposed to build your brand up, and if anything, you're supposed to leverage that contract being with URL to get these bags everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? So when I see people who have gotten URL opportunities and you literally just waiting for a URL to call you back, and you're not getting on the Riot or iBattle, or, you know what I'm saying, or, any of these other, mid platforms that are right below URL. And really, if you're not taking advantage of those opportunities, then shit, man, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's on you. Like that really is on you. There's so many platforms that are respectable platforms. Our Society Battle League out in the DMV, and you know what I'm saying, like the Ref and Fonz League out in Cleveland and shit. There are a lot of reputable, you know, or even Sky Tier up or Sky or Alliance Battle League up there in Washington. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's a ton of different platforms where they will accommodate giving you a look that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? If you have that platform behind you, like the URL, and what a lot of these, the lower tier URL niggas, what their problem is they just wait for URL clicks. And it shouldn't be like that. Get your money, my nigga. Like, that's part of it. Like, obviously, there's certain leagues we want you to kind of stay clear of, but that's like 1 or 2 leagues. Nigga, there's 100 leagues out here. Get your bag. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't getting the looks you're supposed to get on URL, go kill shit on iBattle. They do events every fucking month. Get on one of them cards, kill that shit, and then that demand comes right back. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't wait. Like, you can't wait. Like, that it is what it is, man. You eat what you kill.
Demandable.
I feel like that's one of the people that came from iBattle that I had no idea about was Real Sick. You feel me? Like, I was hearing about him before he was even on the URL, and I was seeing what he was doing in that particular league, like really killing shit. Period.
Yeah.
And he got his name up that way, and there's others like that as well that have came up through. Well, they've been on URL, they get their battles here, but they're still growing their brand, brick by brick. What do you say?
Yeah, and Real Sick is a perfect example because he did Ultimate Madness. He didn't win that shit. He lost in the first round, and he still did an iBattle event after that event. And that iBattle battle was him versus, I think, Jables or Dunch, one of them 2 niggas. And that's considered the best battle of their league for the entire year. That battle made it to where he was able to come right back and now look at him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's exactly what I'm talking about, man. There's a million leagues where you can do that, man. Like, there's online platforms on Twitter where they doing like these spaces battles where they doing the voice battles and shit like that. Like, there's a million different ways. Or just here's a perfect example, Anderson Burris. Like, a lot of people not familiar with, like, a lot of people haven't even really seen a lot of Anderson Burris, but he has kept his stuff so relevant over this last 5-6 months while he was waiting for this Rookies versus Best card to come up. He been doing these little posts on Twitter, these blogs on Twitter, and people are saying he damn near one of the rookies of the year. And he ain't had a battle since phase 3 of the Crucible in April. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you got niggas who don't even want to pull a camera out and fucking recording and talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, this is entertainment. If you're not entertaining, you're not going to be booked. And I'm gonna keep it real. See, this is the transparency I come into play at. That's one of the reasons why I stopped that. I understood I don't have that entertainment factor. I'm a rapper, and I'm a fucking gangster, and I'm a fucking businessman. I'm not an entertaining person. Like, I'm not the dancing ha ha he. I ain't trying to crack no jokes. Niggas think I'm funny, and I be dead ass serious. Like, I be serious, and niggas will be rolling laughing because that's how I move. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't told a joke in years, my nigga, and niggas be dying laughing at the shit I be talking about. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I was able to look in the mirror and be like, you know what? If I want to get to a certain level, I'm going to have to talk a certain way and I'm going to have to move a certain way. So I'm going to either have to do that to get there, or I'm going to have to stay in the same position I'm at right now, which wasn't a bad position. I mean, listen, my last battle was against DNA, you know what I'm saying, on traffic. So it wasn't like my trajectory was going down. Like, my trajectory was actually going up. But I understood that if I wanted, like, the Tay Rocks of the world, because me and Tay Rock was popping off heavy before I retired. And I didn't know how to take how me and Tay Rock was talking. Tay Rock is an entertainer, you know what I'm saying? So he's able to do that and it can still be loved. I'm not capable of doing that back and forth, that kind of talk without not thinking there's some real shit behind it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I just understood, like, you know what, man, I'm better off helping niggas because, like I said, I'm going to fuck around and catch a case behind this shit. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of this has to do with looking in the mirror. Where do you want to be at with this battle rap shit? Do you just want to be somebody who raps because you love it, or do you want to be a star? And if you want to be a star, you either have to command the crowd like, say, a twerk, or you have to be an entertainer to keep people's attention, and that's what it is. There ain't no in betweens about it.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So with this traffic card, matter of fact, forget the traffic card. So question that I was going to ask, because you already answered it. But what, like, as far as West Mount Rushmore, who are the 4 names that you would put up there if you can even answer that?
Man, damn, dog. I would kind of have to do 5. I feel like I kind of have to do 5, but
do 5.
All right. If I was to do,
what was you starting 5? I was going to ask him 5 if he had to pick from the West.
And to be real, I'm about to leave off some names that probably should be on here, but I got to go with based on 2010 to now, or even 2008 to now. I can't stop. See, I want to put the Source, I want to put Ilmac on there, I want to put Pass on there. But if I was to do that, I would have to cut off 2016 to right now. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of what they did was before that time. So for me, I would just say, shit, you know, Diz, you still got to put Diz on there because he's still, you know, he's still the pillar of this shit when it comes to the West. You got to put Daylight on there. Like, you absolutely have to. You got to put Gotti on there. You absolutely have to. To me, you absolutely have to put Nitty on there because even though he's not the most popular, he is by far the most dangerous person in the URL right now. So you got to put him on there. And for me, the 5th got to be Danny. Like, to me, it has to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't know, but you know, Danny.
All facts.
I just don't understand what some of these people issue is with Danny because quite honestly, Danny is supposed to be top 5 in URL right now. And I understand he's fucked up against Sick, you know what I'm saying? But there's still people in the URL ducking this man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just feel like that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it has to do with they just scared of what his unpredictability can bring in terms of how it could go for somebody. But, you know, just based on his longevity, I mean, he really came up in my class when it came to URL. So he part of that older class and he's still here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's still not to be fucked with. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm rolling with. So, you know, Ilmac, I'm sorry. Pass, I'm sorry. The Source, I'm sorry. But what y'all have done in the last 4 years, Gotti and Nitty have eclipsed that. So it just is what it is. But salute to y'all too, though, because I don't want to be disrespectful because I fuck with them.
AKG off the bench, 6 man. B-Dot?
No, I wouldn't put B-Dot. I wouldn't put B-Dot up there. If I was to put a 6 man on there, it probably would be Ilmac.
Ilmac, all right. I respect that.
Yeah. Salute to B-Dot. He don't got the same accomplishments as Ilmac or the Source. Like the Source and Ilmac, that's like 1A, 1B for me in terms of 6 man, because they kind of one and the same in terms of accomplishments.
Thanks. So I always wanted to ask you this question because I know that you and Nitty are y'all are boys for real, y'all are brothers for real.
Yeah.
With that being said, I remember seeing you. I believe I forgot which Born Legacy it was. You were behind Nitty. This was like Nitty's. This is the battle that pretty much put Nitty out versus and this versus Av.
Yeah, Born Legacy 2.
Born Legacy 2. Perfect. He did that when he did that MOP. Tell me how the fuck, like, I still look at that and I know it's an older battle now, but what was it looking like in there? How was people's faces in there when he did that shit?
Niggas was going crazy, man. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that was a hostile environment, man. That might have been the greatest First off, that's probably one of the best Born Legacy events that they've ever had. There was some other classic battles that event, like Mike P versus Tink. You know what I'm saying? Like there was some classics that night, but it was incredible, man. I was just happy for him because it was a long time coming for him to do New York. You know what I'm saying? That was his first battle in New York. You know what I'm saying? By that time, I had already had 4 battles in New York. So for me, it was kind of like, it wasn't even no big deal for me at that point. So like, I was just really proud of the nigga, man. Like I had already heard the bars, but when I heard how the crowd reacted to it, I just wanted to clothesline that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to kind of like refrain myself. You heard? Like it was tough. You know what I'm saying? But I was just happy for him, man. Like, see, that's the thing about what I do with this shit. There's no Yeah, you know, I make decent money off of it now, but them first couple years of me running this URL West shit, bro, there wasn't no money in it. Like URL wasn't sending me no bread. Like traffic 1 and 2 was out of my own pocket in this money that I was able to get through sponsors with, Floss. Shout out to Floss. So, really for the most part, it was strictly off love. Like when I was booking Gotti them first few battles, and when I was booking Nitty them first few battles where URL just wasn't getting it, that shit was out of my own pocket. And it wasn't because I was expecting some kickback. It was really just because I genuinely wanted to see really both these niggas win. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I've known Nitty for over 10 years now. You know what I'm saying? Like Nitty is family. He's really the only person that's from Phoenix that I consider like a real friend. Like, cause to be real, I got 20 of my homeboys from my hood back in Michigan that live out here. So really I just hang with my niggas from the hood where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Nitty is like really my only Phoenix friend out here. You know what I'm saying? So to be real, I was just happy for the nigga, man. Like, that was really my biggest thing, man. It was just that same feeling of pride that I have for really all these West guys is doing their thing.
He said, I slide through with 2 socks on a tom. It's risky business.
Yo,
that whole battle was crazy though, because Av went crazy.
Yeah, that whole battle was crazy.
Like literally, it took so long because every line, it was like by the time it got to the third round, it's like, yo, how many rounds have these niggas battled? It felt like they had 6 rounds apiece. You know what I'm saying? It was just one of them shits, but it was, man, that was probably one of my favorite events to just go to as a fan for sure. Shout out to Av, man. That's my nigga too.
Yeah,
that was a good one, definitely.
Av is
and shot your mom's sister. You got an MOP your Annie up. Oh man. Like that shit there is a quotable like
forever,
that's
bro.
That's one of those bars forever that lasts forever, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's damn near it's like 10 years from now it's gonna be like folklore, bro. It's gonna be in the history books 10, 20 years from now when this sport when battle rap is even at a higher whatever. Like that bar is in the frame. It's in the frame right now. It's in the glass frame. Hall of Fame, should I say? But with that being said, as far as this, so we have so with this with Traffic 4, what made you decide to actually have it in the Bay?
Well, because the same reason why I had Born Legacy in Washington, because I said I was gonna do it. Like that's it. And granted, and to be honest with you, like this shit costed because these flights to the Bay is costing like a motherfucker for these East Coast niggas. You know what I'm saying? So it's expensive. You know what I'm saying? Like on some real shit. Like the West Coast guys is cheap, but these East Coast niggas flying in, you talking like $1,000 flights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's nasty for the niggas coming from the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? So like it's just because they mad at me because it's costing, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I said I was gonna do it here, and that's what I'm doing. And next time
even in the Midwest, even from the Midwest, from Missouri, them flights are not cheap.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I think it's just because of the flights, with COVID and all that. But the bottom line is, man, like I said, I was gonna do it, and I didn't want to hold off on it. I just wanted to get it out the way because next year we're gonna hit a full run. So I just wanted to hit my obligations first, and my obligations was Washington, like I said, and now the Bay. So that's why it's gonna be in the Bay.
Facts, man. The event that you that y'all actually brought up to Washington, bro, to the Northwest, that was a dope ass event, bro. The battles are on point, and to have that look in the Northwest, it meant so much to the Northwest battle rap scene because no one, the Northwest, it's the West. You feel me? We are the West, but a lot of people don't look at the Northwest as a part of the West. You feel me? As its own little small in the corner of the country type place. So for you and your business partners of the URL to actually bring it up, man, kudos to y'all, man. I can't wait to see y'all again, though. Can't wait to see y'all again, though.
We'll be back next year. We'll be back next year.
That was the time where BA for Real 100 went to the event and got body snatched, and he came back as a clone. But go ahead.
Stop hating. Stop hating. When if they ever decide to come to Missouri, if they ever came to Kansas City, you'll see what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
yeah, that's a fact. I know the vibes. You know.
Definitely, I hear you. So KG, as far as I know, you spoke on the Fonz and Tink battle, but which battle on this card? Because I want to actually put up the banner real quick as well for the people to see. But which battle? But which battle do you think is going to be the battle of the night?
Fonz versus Tink. I just think because to me the only reason why I say that is because Fonz is obviously on his little he's on a run right now, you know, especially coming from what he just did at Chris Brown crib and shit, that's kind of funny to say. But you know, and Tink, I feel like Tink think that niggas think he is about to get bodied. You know what I'm saying? Like I think niggas think because there's Fonz, you know, people so forgetful when it comes to battle rap. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people think that, you know, Fonz just came off this No Castro battle, which was probably his best showing on URL, and they think that he about to just walk over Tink. And you know, I just think that Tink, I just feel like Tink is about to try to prove a fucking point, and I think Fonz is still on the point of still trying to prove a point. So I just think it's two big niggas that have hella stage presence that's about to have an incredible battle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think some of these other battles could be good, but something tells me that them two niggas is gonna really be they're gonna set the standard. And I might be wrong, but that's just what I'm saying.
I'm gonna chime in on this one from a nigga from the Midwest. I do not. I like Tink, okay, but Tink has been not very consistent. And when I saw this matchup, I was like, Fonz 30, just off rip.
See?
And I hope Tink can get back in the bag that everybody wants him and look at him as. But consistency wise, I just Fonz has been on a run right now. You know what I mean? And so I just feel like he's just gonna take that clearly.
See what I'm saying? But if you watch the 2-on-2, the Danny and Tink versus Ace, see, that was his last battle. And if you see what Tink did, Tink was the star of that whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, out of all four of them niggas, it was Tink. And like I said, I think a lot of it had to do with, and you know, you entitled to feel that way. Like, that's what this whole shit is about. I want people to get their opinions, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like Tink, and I think this is how Tink feel. Like what you just said, I think that's what Tink feel about how everybody think. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Tink is about to be like, all right, watch this. And I'm not saying he gonna win or lose. I'm just saying that they about to put on a show. You know, winning and losing don't matter with this shit. It's just about who had the best show. You know what I'm saying? And I think them niggas is gonna put on the best show.
I thought it was gonna be a good back and forth because I feel like you only as good as your last battle, and the last battle Tink did was the 2-on-2, and Danny let Tink.
Two battles, he been nice. His last two battles,
he let Tink rock the fuck out, and Tink was going crazy on Ace and fucking who was
Swamp.
it? Ace and Swamp, yeah. So, but Fonz been going crazy too. Fonz ain't nothing to be played with. I really want to see Fonz and R&B, real name Brandon, on some real shit. I want to see that for real.
That's happening. That's happening on the Riot the week after. So shout out to the Riot.
Yeah, that's happening on the Riot. Man, when it comes to when it comes to battle rap on the West, do you believe in like the music hip hop approach where you actually have like A&Rs who actually work with the artists, opposed to just having them all out as independent contractors?
You referring to battle rap or actual music?
Battle rap.
I think you should do what's best for you. I don't think an A&R is needed. You know, at least with Crucible, we got scouts, so that's kind of like an A&R. But I think a manager in battle rap is needed if you have something to manage. You know, I think in reality, you know, a manager is supposed to get 20 to 30% of what a motherfucker do. If you're not getting paid, the fuck you got a manager for? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just battling, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck you need a manager for. Now, if I'm Geechee Gotti, I would have a manager. You know what I'm saying? Because he has things to manage. He has multiple things that is on the, you know what I'm saying? Like he has multiple things that need to be managed. So in that case, a manager is needed. But if all you doing is, if you like, say I'm a Sky Tier battle rapper, or say I'm a Riot battle rapper, or battle rapper, there's no need for a manager. Like, grow the fuck up, my nigga. All you got to do is just say, do you want to take the battle or not? Like, to me, you know, seriously, like that, like, let's just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Like I could have had a
That's a
manager, you know
fact.
what I'm saying? Like, because I was constantly selling merch, you know what I'm saying? When I was doing my thing, like, you know, that's the point of a manager, is to find you business. You know what I'm saying? Find you, like, that's supposed to be the value of a manager. It's not supposed to be who filters out taking on fucking battles and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you don't know how to negotiate your bag, then sure, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? Or if you need somebody to negotiate your contract, like I'll tell you right now, like Gotti and Nitty's first contract through URL. I made URL send me the contract first to make sure they didn't get fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like, and both of them niggas only signed 1-year contracts when they first signed with URL. Now you can't tell, like, these niggas now, they don't sign 1-year contracts no more. You know what I'm saying? If they went through me, they probably would. But sometimes niggas choose to go straight to the source, and you pay the piper that way. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when it comes to negotiations at that scale, if you don't know how to negotiate, then sure. But if you just a regular ass nigga looking to battle on fucking mom and pop battle leagues, bro, stop playing with niggas, man. Like, I'm not talking to no manager. If you like, if a nigga tell me to holla at his manager, I'm not even booking your ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm keeping it real. There's only one person that's a manager that I talk to, and that's KP, the head of the Riot. But that's family. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna respect that because that's family. But even them niggas, man, like, nigga, you could do this shit yourself. You know what I'm saying? But past that, man, I ain't doing that shit. Like, you don't need a manager to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, if you're trying to handle merch, you're trying to handle business, you may be doing music, you setting up shows and shit. That's different. You know what I'm saying? That you should have a manager for that. But 95% of them niggas that's in battle rap ain't doing none of that.
I agree. Yeah, a lot of niggas try to go Hollywood and they be on these
They
small.
just be thinking having a manager, they on the top of the world, like they doing something.
Yeah.
Nah.
That's definitely.
There's maybe only 5 people. There's only maybe 5 or 6 active West battlers that should have managers. Like, active. I'm not talking about like the Daylights of the world, because he's not an active battle rapper. He has a manager. You know what I'm saying? Because he actually signed. He got a deal. That's different. You know what I'm saying? Niggas like Ilmac, Source, these niggas is doing other things where they probably it could benefit them to have a manager because they have other things they need to juggle. But man, these niggas ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's cool. I ain't knocking it. I'm just saying it's not necessary.
Definitely. For the up and coming battler, specifically on the West, or it could be from all regions, but specifically on the West, I say, what advice would you give them coming into the game, trying to reach the NBA, which is the URL?
First off, man, don't listen. Like, if all your niggas is telling you that you nice, you need to start sparring with somebody else, because ain't no way that everybody is nice at this beginning. Like, if ain't nobody being constructive with you and saying that, yo, that shit is whack, or you need to tweak that a little bit, then you're not hanging around the right people. Also, just looking in the mirror, man. Like, that to get to actually walk through the doors of URL, or even to make it past phase 2 of the Crucible at this point, you know what I'm saying? You got to look in the mirror, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think so many people only do their home league for so many years that once they do something outside of that, niggas automatically think niggas is hate. Like, no, niggas ain't hating. They just heard that before. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that have to do with just being real with yourself. Are your bars current? Have they been used before? Are you really just copying something that you heard another motherfucker do? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be honest with yourself. I would say about 60% of the niggas that are currently battling right now should not be battling. You know what I'm saying? Like, for whatever reason, whether it's, you don't got time for this shit, you have overextended your stay, or you just not fucking good enough. You know what I'm saying? there's an addiction for a lot of these people with when it comes to battle rap, because it provides a certain stardom that a lot of these guys ain't getting in the real world, and this is an easier way to get that stardom than the actual industry. You know what I'm saying? So people get addicted to people loving them and fucking with them and commenting on YouTube and liking they shit. That like there's an addiction that comes with that, kind of like social media. So a lot of this has to look in the mirror and ask yourself, bro, what am I really doing with this shit? Am I constantly coming out of pocket to fly to all these other places and I'm still at the bottom of the fucking car for 4 fucking years? You know what I'm saying? Hang this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's hard to find some of the good niggas now, because you got to filter through so many bum ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying this, and I hung it up. And my last 4 battles was DNA, B Magic in his prime in 2015. Like, this is B Magic right after he battled fucking Conceited. You know what I'm saying? Heartless in his prime, Head Ice in his prime. Like, these are my last 4 battles, and I hung it up. You know what I'm saying? So if I can do that, you niggas ain't getting paid half of what I was getting paid then. I was getting paid $3,000-$4,000 a battle then. And a lot of niggas ain't getting paid that 5 years later. You know what I'm saying? So like, you just gotta be, and half these niggas that I'm talking about have been doing it just as long as me. So you gotta keep it real with yourself. Look in the fucking mirror. Like that be the biggest thing out of all of it. And if you able to do that and either walk away or improve, for the people who improve, make your next move the best move, man. Like, it's okay to be on smaller leagues, but make sure that battle makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody saying don't do smaller battles, but just make sure if you're going to do a smaller battle, it makes sense. Like, I didn't do a lot of small battles, but any small battle I did, it made sense. Like, my last small battle was against Philly Swain. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to speak about how that battle ended, because it actually, some street shit actually happened. But, you know, that was like my last small battle, and Philly Swain is a legend. You know what I'm saying? So, like, to me, it just got to make sense to that extent somehow, some way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just got to make sense. Every battle needs to make sense. If you're just battling for a $200 check, but you battling somebody that you know ain't gonna get you no kind of views, and ain't nobody about to really give a fuck, then that was a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? And it don't gotta be about the money. It just gotta make sense to where it's gonna help you progress to the next step. So that's the biggest thing. And pop up, man. Pop up to events. Like, if you wanna, if you wanna be seen, you gotta be seen. You know what I'm saying? So pop up to these events and poly with motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, conversate with motherfuckers. Get cool with the media. You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of shit does help. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really does. And then really past that, man, if you're doing all those things, you should be able to get acclimated to where if you want to do a Crucible, man, we got 11 scouts. So at the end of the day, we hit 6 regions with 11 scouts. So each region, we got 22 niggas getting picked. If you doing all them things I just said, and you not one of them 22 niggas, take your shoes, untie them, tie them together, throw them over a wire, and hang it the fuck up. Because it's fucking over. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no going around it, my nigga. And I'm not here to knock nobody, because I know somebody gonna catch a feeling about this. But yo, there are 1 million niggas that battle rap. 1 million. And half the reason that half you niggas ain't getting shine is because there's niggas in front of y'all that don't deserve to shine, that's blocking y'all shine. So a lot of this shit I'm gonna keep going back to it, with some of you niggas just hanging it the fuck up, man. Let these new niggas eat. If you've been doing this shit since 2012, 2013, if you done been on grind time or the early stages of King of the Dot, and you still haven't found a way to make it to URL, that probably means you just haven't progressed. You haven't gotten better, and it's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a million different ways you can, be involved with this culture without having to actually rap. And that'd be my biggest advice to niggas, bro. Like, it ain't like rap like this way or act like this and rah-rah like this. Looking in the mirror is the first part of it. You know what I'm saying? And really asking yourself, what are you trying to get out of it? And I think if a lot of niggas just keep it real with themselves and be like, to be real, I just like how niggas appreciate me. I just like how niggas like these posts, or I just like how the attention I get where I walk around and niggas be like, yo, I seen you on YouTube. See, but niggas don't want to do that, because it didn't make them sound like, damn, that's all I'm doing it for. I need to hang it the fuck up. But if you do that, I would say about 30% of niggas will drop out off rip, because then they start looking at the money they just spent. They'll look at where they actually progress based on that. It's return on investment. I talk about stocks all the time. It's got to be return on investment. If you put money into something, there got to be some kind of kickback. And that don't always mean money, but it means that is a step up. And if you ain't taking a step off an investment, man, then, you know, you got to go back to the drawing board and figure out what works. And if it don't work, you got to step the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? And
that's a fact.
This is harsh to say, man, because there's people who I know who I fuck with who gonna personalize this and think I'm talking about them. But if the shoe fits you, Cinderella, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Much love to everybody. I don't give a fuck what everybody do. Like, whatever makes you happy, that's fine. But if you asking me what it takes to get here, that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, because a lot of y'all motherfuckers are trash. Straight up. Y'all in the fucking way.
Yeah, let's keep it real. I mean, because, bro, I'm better right now rapping than I was in 2016. There's no reason why if I come back and battle rap right now, I'm automatically top 5 in the West. It shouldn't be that. It is that. Like, and I got love for everybody that's on the West. But if I came back right now, like if I just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm back. I'm top 5 in the West. And it shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? It just shouldn't be like that. And that's not a knock to the people on the West. It just means that a lot of people need to look in the mirror. Like, I can look in the mirror and I can tell y'all, I'm not as entertaining as Gotti. I can't rap better than Nitty. I don't have the energy as Danny. I don't have the, you know what I'm saying? I don't have the following as Daylight. I can be honest with myself about that and why that is in each instance. That's what people got to do.
Ooh, fire. He just dropped some gems for all y'all fakers out there. Look in the mirror. Straight up facts.
Make it shit is dead.
Yeah, yeah. I just need these niggas that's not really trying to actually grow in the culture. I need them to get the fuck out the way. And it's gonna come. It's gonna come. With that being said, man, that's all the questions that I had. Fresh, did you have any more questions for KG?
No, I'm cool. KG answered my main question was why that car didn't go down. I'm going to clear that up. He talked about the traffic shit. He gave us his top 5 starting 5 for the West Coast. Dope ass conversation. I mean, salute to you, and I'm looking forward to the traffic. Word, I'm definitely looking forward to the traffic card. You heard?
Word, appreciate it.
Facts. Capo, do you have any more questions for KG?
No. Salute to KG though. I feel like he's one of these pioneers. Also, he's been here for a minute, and he's pushing battle rap forward. You know what I mean? So salute to KG, man.
Salute.
Facts, bro.
Which is in the West right now. Keep it lit.
I want to say, Capo, you got a lot of stuff going on over there. I'm gonna meet you real quick. But with that being said, yeah, bro, I appreciate you for coming up, and I do want to salute you, and I want to salute you on some real shit by saying, with you, as honest as you are and as real as you keep it with motherfuckers, bro, the West, I believe, it's in good hands, especially with you here. And all of these other motherfuckers, it's not like, no disrespect to everybody on the other side of the country that's having their problems talking whatever. But as far as you, I don't hear too many people say anything fucking crazy about you. I hate this nigga. Don't get me wrong. We all got haters and niggas that we don't see eye to eye with. But in the scheme of things, from the majority, man, you got the West where it needs to be, and you keep pushing it forward with the talent and the scouting, etc. So I appreciate you for that.
Appreciate y'all, man. Already.
I can honestly say, and I keep my ear to the internet heavy. I never heard nobody speak on KG name in the ill way. Never.
Well, I mean, there's a couple reasons for that. First off, I don't lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna always keep it a beam. But past that is just once again, it goes back to respect. Like, you know, I respect others, and you know, I demand it in return. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't ask for it. I demand it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So if you disrespect me, then you got to understand what come with that too.
And hey, that's black and white. You heard? Because that's how I feel about the shit too.
Yeah,
definitely. KG, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Everywhere, man. Fourth quarter, man. We in this bitch every fucking bar. I probably shouldn't say that because You know, Luke Castro coming out here, man. Just make sure y'all tap into Traffic Ford, man. Y'all can find me on everywhere, man. Y'all niggas know where to find me. KG the Poet, man. Like it is what it is, man. If you try to find me on Facebook, have a blast. I'm full on friends, so don't even trip on that. Just catch me on Twitter, man. That's where I'm at for the most part. KG the Poet.
New York is coming back. It's a whole lot of talk while y'all can't. New York back, you heard?
Man,
and shout out to Gotti, man. Make sure y'all get them no studio and hats, man. Make sure y'all tap in with Bobby Lee and get them to shut the fuck up and sell crack hoodies. Make sure y'all niggas get with all them niggas, man. Shout out to everybody on the West that's doing their thing, man. I appreciate and love all y'all niggas.
Hey, peace and love, man. Keep holding it down.
No doubt, man. Y'all niggas y'all be good.
Me too, bro.
Hey, that was fire. That was fun. My nigga keep it 100 though. That's what I like. I love the transparency, bro. He's not one of these niggas that's like, oh man, you're fire, and then go behind the scenes and be like, I don't know if this nigga fire or not. Then go in your face and be like, yeah, you can. That's man. Keeping it real, bro. Keeping it real. Keeping it real doesn't mean that you gotta do anything crazy to a nigga, but just be honest.
That's a fact. Gentlemen, I got to get out here. I just got home. You know what I mean? Salute to KG. Salute to BA. Salute to Harlem Fresh. Salute to motherfucker the chat. You know what I mean? If you're going to come outside, you better have your bars up. If you don't, you got to hold these L's, nigga. Pow!
Talk.
Y'all know where to find me at. Salute to everybody, man.
Appreciate that, Capo. Salute. Fresh.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your thoughts before we even outro? What's your thoughts now, man, on this situation?
Now that KG cleared up the situation as far as what he said about the card with Gwitty, Benji Lolo, and everybody else that was supposed to for the sit down card or whatever you may call it. Was it the sit down card, the P card? Why it didn't happen? It made sense because he said it just didn't make sense business wise. Nobody was really checking for those battles. Even though I did want to see Gwitty battle Ace Amin, I did want to see Benji Lolo battle Jack Boy. I did want to see that shit. There was a couple of battles I wanted to see. Now I mean, Prezi versus Big Cannon. Now I mean, or Your Honor, whichever one it was gonna go down. But shit, if it didn't make sense for business wise, it's just the way it was promoted and how it was talked about and how P was getting on the lives and they was talking about now I mean, so it made it feel like it was gonna go down in actuality. So I'm like, oh shit. We about to see niggas have to sit down for a minute. This shit is lit right now. Niggas gonna have to take a time out if they lose, you heard? But it just didn't go down. But it was a dope interview. Well, I mean, I say we don't do interviews. We have conversations, you heard? I don't never do interviews. I have conversations. And it was dope. KG is authentic. He keep it a stack bundles. And definitely much respect. And that traffic car should be lit. You heard?
Thanks, man. Tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Yo, Harlem Fresh _125 TH. Now I mean, Harlem Fresh 125, but Harlem Fresh _125th. You heard? We Outside Network. Find me on Instagram. I'm always playing some dope music. Now I mean, catch me every Saturday, Fronto Saturdays, and playing all this music, and y'all call up and tell me if it's hot or not. You heard? Straight like that. Salute.
Thanks,
fucking
man.
up.
Hey man, well y'all already know how this goes. It's your boy BA for Real 100. This is Get Your Bars Up Media. If this is your first time here, click that subscribe button. You rock with me, I rock with you. And if you out there hating just because you think I'm a new guy and you just not stumbling upon my page and I've been doing this for a minute, then all I can truly say, thank you for coming. Get your bars up. Salute, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I didn't get a chance to shout out the 3 platforms that we are on. Shout out to my Facebook family that's watching, my YouTube family that's watching, and my Twitch family that's watching. Without y'all, there would be no this. So peace and love, man. And if you catching this on that rewatch, like I said, get your bars up. Holla.
It's 7. I see you.
whenever she was that savage. Shea butter on her cheeks, where ass tatted. She got a smile to hide the pain, learned it from her granny. Mom's was gone up the road, she ain't know her daddy. She called me daddy, I taught her things other niggas couldn't. She a freak, she did things other bitches wouldn't. Like spin around when she rides, slightly look back. I swear she dope like some cooked crack. I got addicted, I was hooked bad. I had to put the work in like
I'm a whole city heathen, thank God I'm breathing. Can't leave the hood alone, the hood need me. It's the Mr. Take one of mine, I get even. That Mo Block hot right now for no reason. I'm coming back and you niggas won't act what you niggas put strapping you niggas. I don't want to talk, I don't want pictures, I don't want that from you niggas. I'm in the lap with you niggas, I'm strapped on you niggas, no cap on you niggas. I'm in the trap with the pack on you niggas, rip on my rap on you niggas.
If you don't like me, fuck the cops, call the ops on me. My Muslim homie in the trap with the chop on me. My brother flipping once he see blood, he act a fool. I'm a Ruba by my blues, I'ma make the news. Bunch of niggas got a bunch of bitches saying my name is Brady, I'm just fucking with you. I'm a hot nigga with a big dick and your bitch say she like hot pickles. Send your man to the hospital, had a nigga ass eating popsicles. I've been thugging since the bicycles, how I upgraded from a
My family, my children, my mother can hold her head up in any neighborhood in the city when she walks down the block. In all the 5 boroughs, I'm known. Forget about it.
I just wanted me a jump shot till I wanted me a dumb night. Cut the ball of salt in the awesome fall. It was the last paycheck that McDonald's tossed me. I'ma run it up. Sting ain't even stopped yet. I'm running up. Dots throwing shots cause I'm coming up. 42nd 100 block where it's going up. Go ahead with your plot if you coming up. Sting running for a gram, I'll be rolling. Told my big, I'll be back in the morning. 2 days ago, I still got plays to go. Hope his ass ain't reported it's stolen.
Yeah. Only thing in my vision and my dreams, money, music, motivation, success. Let's go. Every day I wake up seeing money and its fame. Only blood, sweat, and tears when I'm spitting all this pain. Niggas shitted on my name saying corny music trash. But that talk motivated me to keep me in my bag. It's the gutter park fam. Niggas know I represent. Full payment on a house. I'm no longer paying rent. Have to climb a bunch of mountains just to get me on this level. Always bury competition. Please somebody get the shovel. On a mic, I'm a peaceful.
Yeah, get your balls up media, man. I appreciate y'all having me, man. Salute, salute, salute.
Tell these niggas. The opinions expressed on this show does not reflect the ones of the Get Your Bars Up media platform. Therefore, stay at your moist ass feelings and get your bars up, you bitch. In the words of Capology Facts, Holy Cell TV, that is.